Hello everyone and welcome to Storytime with myself, Emma Larkin. I'm so happy to be here today to read you some really lovely stories. And this is all part of Ireland Reads Week, which is a week where we decide to snuggle up with a book and just cuddle up on the couch and have a look at a lovely story and look at the lovely pictures and read a book. And it's just so we realise how lovely reading is. So today I'm going to read you three lovely stories. The first one is this lovely book here, so Johnny Magory and the Forest Fleadh Cheoil. So if you have seen some of my other story times, you will have seen that I read some other Johnny Magory stories. They are great fun. Johnny is a lovely character and he can be a little bit bold, a little bit naughty, but he has great fun. So today I'm going to read this one. So Johnny Magory and the Forest Fleadh Cheoil is written by Emma Leeson and it's illustrated by Don Conroy. So here we go. Now, I'll tell you a story about Johnny Magory, his sister Lily May and their trusty dog Rory. The clever two are 5 and 8 years old. They're usually good, but they're sometimes bold. One of their favourite places to go is their local park, to play amongst the trees and plants from daylight through to dark. They pack a picnic and a ball and change into their best exploring gear to wander along the paths and forest trails that they love so dear. Ma finds the perfect spot on the grass to set up for the day. They play some football with their friends and Rory leads the way. And when the game has finished, they dig into their yummy food. Tasty baked brown bread and cheddar cheese really sets the mood. Doesn't that look like great fun? Look at all that yummy food and they're playing football. I think Johnny and Lily May are going to have a great day, don't you? This is exciting. Now, so Ma and Da lie back to read their books and relax into their day. Johnny and Lily May explore the park with Rory where it's safe to play. Around the yew tree, down by the lake, near the castle run to their hidden place. A circular clearing surrounded by giant beech trees, a really magic space. Ooh, look at that. Look at these guys, look at the robin. Are they rabbits or are they hares? I think they're probably rabbits, are they? I'd say we'll find out soon. Walking through the undergrowth, Lily May spots Kyron the deer. They gallop over to him and Kyron says, "Didn't you hear? Today's the day for our Fleadh Cheoil. I've been practicing all week. My bowron sounding really sweet," he says with an excited eek. Fleadh Cheoil is a musical competition for every musician. They play Irish tunes on their instruments, a really special tradition. "Gahoontuk," Johnny shouts, taking his tin whistle in his hand. "I've practiced loads of jigs and reels really hard with my school band." "I hear them," says Lily May, flying through the whispering leaves. She pulls back a holly bush and is amazed by what she sees. Maeve Fox is playing fiddle, while Quiva Red Squirrel tunes her harp. Joseph Badger plays accordion and practices his flats and sharps. Should he really be climbing this high? What do you think? Does it look like they're up very high, boys and girls? I think they'll be okay, will they? So Layla Barn Owl sits high up in the tree and listens with a keen ear. She's the Fleadh Cheoil judge and will carefully score every tune she hears. Thalia Kestrel takes centre stage and plays the great Cooley's reel. Lily May set dances with Oliver Duck tapping on her heel. Johnny climbs high up the giant oak tree to sit with Layla Barn Owl. And as Danny Robin plays the spoons, Rory dances with a howl. Next, Brayson Fieldmouse on his flute steals the show, playing a hornpipe. Everyone dances between the trees and shouts out, "Fleadh is the life." Hayden Pine Martin belts out a jig on his trusty Irish uilleann pipes. Tiny Rihanna Wren dances along, showing off her delicate feather stripes. It's great fun, isn't it? Ben Crow slows things down when he sings Roisin Dubh, an old Shannon song. Then Joey Magpie plays his shiny whistle to bring the beat back along. Layla Owl announces the winner and Maeve Fox squeals "Eriouse" with delight. Fleadh Cheoil is over and they all say "Slán," but then Johnny gets a fright. He's climbed so high up the massive oak tree, he really can't see his way down. "You need to save the day, Lily May," he yells to his sister on the ground. "Okay, Rory and I will get Ma and Da. Be careful not to fall." "Come on, Rory, let's run quickly. We're on an adventure after all." They speed back through the undergrowth and by the castle ruin, down by the lake, around the yew. They'll be there really soon. "Ma, Da, you need to come quickly. Johnny's stuck in the oak tree." "I told him not to climb too high," Da says. "Come on, let's go see." Johnny's waiting with Layla Owl and waves when they appear. Ma and Da give out to him for climbing so high up in the air. "I'm really sorry," Johnny says. "I didn't realise I'd gone so high." "It's okay," Ma says as she starts to climb, "but you're nearly at the sky." Ma and Da climb up to Johnny and help him to come down to the ground. Then they spend the afternoon playing in the oak, swinging around and around. At home that evening after supper, Johnny reads aloud Lily May's favourite book, The Owl Who Couldn't Give a Hoot, as they're curled up reading in their cosy nook. Then he gives her a special present from Layla Owl, a beautiful white feather. "Is Bralum too?" Lily May smiles. "I'll dream of our first adventure together." Oh, wasn't that lovely, boys and girls? I hope you enjoyed Johnny Magory and the Forest Fleadh Cheoil. And stay tuned because there's another Johnny Magory book coming up very soon. Now, boys and girls, the next story I'm going to read to you is this lovely book called The President's Cat. So, The President's Cat is written by Peter Donnelly. This looks interesting, doesn't it? I think this is a book about our President of Ireland, who's called Michael D. Higgins. Do you think so? Because I think that looks a bit like him. And there must also be his cat in the story. So this sounds very interesting, doesn't it? Now, so if we open this up here, oh, look, we see some cat paw prints. This is exciting. And again, here's the library sticker because I got this book in the library. And the library, guys, is absolutely fantastic because you can go into the library and you can borrow all the books for free. I think you can borrow up to, is it 7 or 8 books at the time? And there's lovely toys in there as well, and kind of jigsaws and lovely places to sit and read, and then you can take the books home, and it's just brilliant. And if there's a book that you're looking for and you can't find it, then you can just ask the people working there and they'll order it for you. And it might take a few days, but they can get it in. Now, so the President's Cat. Now, the President and his wife had just returned home from their holidays. Look, there they are with their suitcases. "Ah, home sweet home," they said. "Oh dear," said the President's wife. think we've left the cat behind." "Don't worry," said the president. "I have an idea." That evening, there was a news flash all across Ireland. "We interrupt this programme with a very important message. The president's cat is lost. He is fluffy and ginger and likes to meet new people. If you find him, please return him to Áras an Uachtaráin in Dublin. Thank you." Áras an Uachtaráin, boys and girls, is where the president and his wife live. It's in the Phoenix Park in Dublin, which is very near Dublin Zoo. Some of you might have been there. So the next morning, a fisherman was heading to Kenmare when he spotted the president's cat. "Jump up here," he said. "I'll take you as far as the market." The president's cat enjoyed a nice fresh breakfast. Yum! I'd say he liked that fish, didn't he, boys and girls? At the market, he met a big hairy biker who was buying some fish. "I'm going to the Rock of Cashel," he said. "I could give you a ride." Where's the big hairy biker? Can you see him? Oh, look, there he is. He's talking to the cat. "Whee!" said the president's cat. "Vroom, vroom." Look, and there's a little ladybird saying, "Woohoo!" That looks like fun, doesn't it? I think that cat is having great fun, boys and girls. At the Rock of Cashel, they noticed a group of hippies dancing. "Hey, little dude," they said, "we can take you as far as Glendalough. That's our next stop." Along the way, they passed a flock of sheep. And there's a farmer, look, he's shouting, "Come back, Shep." And Shep must be look, he's a sheepdog, and he's saying, "Woof, woof, woof, woof." The farmer's dog got very excited and chased them down the road. Yes, Shep is a lovely dog, isn't he? I have a dog who looks just like Shep, but it's a girl dog, and she's called Kerry. Now, as they arrived in Glendalough, they saw a very tall tower. Look at that. Perhaps someone in there could help the president's cat. See the bus coming along? Now, inside, he met an old monk who had a pet monkey. "It's your lucky day," said the monk. "I'm taking my monkey to Dublin Zoo to visit his cousins. You can come with us too." And didn't I just say to you, what's near Dublin Zoo? All the way to Dublin, the monk's monkey would not sit still. Hee hee hee, ha ha ha. And the president's cat couldn't resist joining in the mischief. It looks like they got a bit giddy, doesn't it, boys and girls? Finally, they reached Dublin Zoo, and the president's cat knew that he was almost home when he heard a familiar voice call out, "I can drop you home, it's on my way," said the postmistress. Look, see, there she is with her bike. As they cycled to the president's house, he told the postmistress all about his adventure and the wonderful people who helped him get home. When they arrived at the Áras, everyone was so happy to see the president's cat again. Yay! Woof, woof. Look, the dogs are so happy to see the cat. Well, almost everyone. This guy isn't happy. I think that was very funny. I hope you liked that, boys and girls. I think that's a very funny book, and we learn a bit about different parts of Ireland, and that cat had a great adventure. I'd like to go on that adventure. So I have one more book to read for you today, and it is back to Johnny Magory, who I think we all really like at this stage, don't we? Johnny has such brilliant adventures. So in this story, it's Johnny Magory joins the Irish Legends. So this sounds fantastic. So in this story, Johnny, Lily May, Rory, and of course Mammy and Daddy are going on holidays around Ireland in their old camper van. Look, that's their camper van. But before beginning their journey, they meet an old man, Finnegas, who was fishing for the salmon of knowledge. He tells Johnny and Lily May of an important mission. They need to make sure Irish legends have their stories heard. Can they succeed? Sounds exciting, boys and girls. Off we go. Oh, look at that. Look at the map of Ireland. I think they're going to go all around. Look, there's the camper van. Fantastic. Now, I'll tell you a story about Johnny Magory, his sister Lily May, and their trusty dog Rory. The clever two are 6 and 9 years old. They're usually good, but they're sometimes bold. Everyone knows that Ireland is full of myths, legends and magic places. A landscape steeped in history with castles, tombs and famous faces. A holiday on the Emerald Isle is really something like no other, says Lily May, packing up Tizzy with her big brother. They get their map out and make a plan to visit every province in Ireland. We'll see Ulster, Connaught, Munster and Leinster, says Johnny. It'll be grand. Now Johnny loves to talk and share made-up stories from his ceann. But Daddy warns no tall tales, son, instead we learn about each town. Just before they leave County Kildare, they take a walk by the River Boyne, where they see a fisherman ag iascarucht, that's fishing, with a stick and twine. Finnegas is annam dum, he smiles at them. I'm a very wise old man. I want to catch the salmon of knowledge and need some help if you can. See those 9 hazel trees? Can you climb each one and get a nut from it? Yes, we can, shouts Johnny, and quick as a flash on the high branch he did sit. Finnegas smiles. These hazelnuts held the wisdom of the world when the salmon of knowledge ate them years ago. Then Fionn McCool burnt himself, stuck his thumb in his bale in his mouth, and everything he did know. Finnegas frowns and looks serious as he pulls his long white beard. I've an important job for you, Johnny, to make sure Irish legends are heard. There's a reward waiting for you if you can complete this mission and succeed. You'll find it on the Hill of Tara in the province of Leinster, County Meath. When you've heard each legend, you'll get a piece of a wooden jigsaw map. There's 4 to collect, Timpel na Héireann, and Lily May will help you do that. Johnny's eyes lit up with adventure as he shouts, let's begin! Hup ya boya! Lily May screams, because she gets to explore with him. So up to the north of Ireland they go to Ulster for their first night away from home. They're eating some toasted marshmallows when Johnny gets the feeling they're not alone. Tá adla orm. I'm scared, Johnny says as he looks into the forest and blinks twice at what he sees. Fionn McCool the warrior with his dogs Bran and Sculand is waving from the trees. Fionn tells them he has built a bridge to Scotland to fight the giant Benandonner. But I didn't realise just how giant he is, and now I think I'm a gunner. Lily May says, I know what to do. Quick, dress up as a baby and get into this pram. You're mad, Fionn says, shrugging his shoulders, but he goes along with the plan. When Benandonner arrives, Lily May says, I'm sorry, but Fionn's away. So Cunis led the hall and don't wake his son or he'll cry all day. Benandonner's eyes widen. He cannot believe the size of Fionn's baby son. Terrified, he races back to Scotland, destroying the bridge on his home run. Hooray! They shout as Fionn gives them a wooden jigsaw piece of Ulster. Now you need to see Queen Maeve in Connaught before you go to Munster. Next morning, Johnny tries to tell his parents about their mission around the nation. Wish Macusa, Mommy says, rolling her eyes at her son's wild imagination. Driving into Sligo, they see the massive Ben Bulben in the distance. They camp beside Knocknaree, lighting a cosy fire and eat, sing and dance. That night, Johnny and Lily May wake up again when they hear a noise. They look outside and see Queen Maeve waving, winking with her green eyes. Queen Maeve tells them about a mighty war lasting years that started with her husband. We argued, wanting to know who had the most money, Anvaha and land. Alil Mac Mata had a white-horned bull, something I did not own, so I wanted down Quilga, the brown bull of Cooley. the best bull known. Thousands of men died at the cattle raid of Cooley when both sides did meet, and the warrior Cuchulainn fought against us and forced my army to retreat. But still, Ma'anam needs to be remembered as the greatest queen in the land. Here's a jigsaw piece of Connacht, keep it safe in your hand. Next morning, Johnny tries to tell his parents about their mission around the nation. You're a gurrier, Daddy jokes, rolling his eyes at his son's wild imagination. Onwards they drive to Munster, spotting seals along the wild Atlantic way. They park Tizzy at Lochlean in Killarney, County Kerry, for a night 3 on holiday. That night again they hear more noises and can't wait to see who they'll meet. It's a man, Aaron Goppel, and a woman with golden hair down to her feet. My name is Oisin, and this is my wife, Niamh Kinore from Tirnanog, the land of youth that's under the water where nobody grows old. My father was Fionn McCool, the leader of the mighty Na Fianna army. I left when Niamh flew in on Embar, the magic horse, and asked to marry me. 300 glorious years we had living in the land of youth, but I missed my family and Corridor so badly I came back to my roots. Niamh told me not to touch the soil, to stay on the horse until my return, but the girth of my saddle broke when I was trying to do a good turn. Irishmen had got so small and weak since I'd been away. I was helping them move a boulder that they'd been fighting all day. I fell and touched Irish soil, my body got old, with wrinkles and grey hair. 300 years in a human body is a bit too hard to bear. Thank you for listening to our story about the magical Tirnanog. Here's a jigsaw piece of Munster for listening to the story that we told. Next morning, Johnny tries to tell his parents about their mission around the nation. Ye little rascal, they laugh, rolling their eyes at their son's wild imagination. The last stop on their holiday is back in Leinster in the county of Meath, the hill of Tara where all the past Ard Rí of Ireland used to rule and lead. The ancient druids and Tuatha De Danann cast so many spells and charms. The most famous High King was Brian Boru, as written in the Book of Kells. That evening they met Brian Boru, who greets the pair with great delight. I hear you've come to tell our stories and a great bruntiness is in sight. Brian tells them about his army and all the victories that he won. His story is full of major battles and how he was finally overrun. A High King of Ireland needs to be crowned and put in place again. The Leah Fall, the stone of destiny, will roar when the true king comes to the glen. And chariots of fire will come to take him to his rightful seat, the High King of Ireland on Ard Rí with the country at his feet. Brian gives Johnny the Leinster piece of the puzzle. Now he has all 4. As he pushes it into place, the stone of destiny begins to roar. Johnny Magory, the boy with the story, you are the true High King of Ireland. Take your seat on the throne, says Brian Boru, bowing and taking his hand. The roar wakes Ma and Da, and they come running out looking around. They can't believe their son is wearing a royal cloak and golden crown, and that their daughter is being named Queen and has a crown of diamonds and gold, surrounded by Fionn, Finnegas, Oisin and Maeve, and all the Irish legends brave and bold. They have a big feast and are ag dousa agus ag canna until it is bedtime. Ma and Da carry the kids into Tizzy the van, saying, "We owe you big time." Ta unbrown Oring Johnny for not listening, your scale was all true. What a special storyteller you are. We'll always believe in you. And that's it, boys and girls. Wasn't that really interesting? That's Johnny Magory joins the Irish legends. So I hope you enjoyed that, boys and girls, and I hope to be back very soon for another story time. Bye!